Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Professor Sistrunk, and I'm reaching out to my networking students. Okay, the semester is about to start, and we are going into the second course of the Cisco program. Now, we know that this course starts on the 19th of this month. And what I am doing is putting a video log together for you so you can begin to be ready on the first day of class. It's important that you are ready on the first day of class. In this particular video log, you will notice that it will turn into a discussion session in every course. So I'm going to use this as the foundation, but as we go on to the other weeks in the other classes, you will notice that I am doing the same thing you're doing. I'm doing labs, I'm having discussion of why I'm doing the labs, and then I'm going to turn it over to you and your fellow students, and you will begin to actually interact with each other and have a discussion about it. It's a real world program, so I want to bring it to you as real as we do it in the real world. Okay, so what will I be going through in this particular session? Well, first, I want to make sure we know all the particular tools that you will use in this session. One of the tools is My Ivy. That's where all of your course work will be produced. We will talk about the syllabus in My Ivy. We will talk about grades. We will talk about the most important things, how you do the assignments in My Ivy. For example, you have packet tracers and you have labs. After you complete the packet tracers and labs, how do the information get to me? So I'll be showing you how I want you to complete these documents and send them to me. Or as we say, upload. Do not email me your work. You upload it into the portal that we call My Ivy. You hear me say from time to time, go to Canvas. That's still My Ivy. When I say My Ivy, that's Canvas. When I say Canvas, that's My Ivy. Okay, the next thing is we are part of the Cisco Networking Academy. So we will also take a look at how do we get to our course material, how do we get to the book that we use, etc., etc. Now, when I say book, you know that in the Cisco Networking Academy, your book is digital, it's built into that portal. So don't go around looking for books. So then we'll show you how you get to your assignments. You have packet tracers, you also have labs, but it's built into the book. So you will go through there and pull those assignments out. Now, the reason I do that is because it gives me the opportunity to see what students are working inside of the course. I get a chance to look at the analytics and see how you are doing. And it helps me build a conversation with you and say, hey, this week you haven't been working in your class. What's going on? So it helps us stay in tune with each other. After that, we'll be going to NDG. You know NDG as NetLabs. We'll be going in there so we can show you how to do the work in NetLabs and upload your work in NetLabs. It's important that you know what to do and how to do it. So I'll be giving you instructions on how to do that. And from there, we'll be taking a look at Packet Tracer. Now, Packet Tracer is critically essential for you to complete this course. So you may already have Packet Tracer on your desktop, but do you have the latest version of Packet Tracer? And some people may not even know how to use Packet Tracers. I'll find that to be incredibly strange, but it has happened many times. So I want to make sure that I instruct you on how to get to the information that will help you facilitate knowing how to use that. So these are the things we will cover in the next part of this video log. It's one log, but I broke it up into pieces because I want to make sure you take your time, sit down, and watch it. Now, you may say, oh, I don't need that video log. I don't have to watch it. I'll say, wait a minute. Hold your horses. Because each one of these video logs, like I said earlier, will become a discussion question. And you get points for that. Like, for instance, in this video log, I want to know, are you set up? That's the title of this video log. Are you set up and ready to go through this course? Do you have your iRelearn together? Do you have your Cisco Network Academy together? I know you don't have an account from me yet on your NDG, or as you may know it as NetLabs. Okay, so I'm going to keep this short so you can get to the next part and begin to see the different things I want you to be aware of and ready to do on the first day. Now, this is important. If you're going to miss any day, do not miss the first day of class, because that's the day I will build your NDG account, or let me just say it like this, NetLabs account. So show up on that first day so we can get your account started. So with that being said, this is Professor CCNAv7, and I am signing off. Bye-bye.
Okay, we are back. Okay, so now let's go into everything I need you to do. Now remember, I said earlier in the first part of this video log, I know that you guys understand this material. Students, I know you understand, but I find it important to walk you through what I need for this class so everyone will be on the same page. And just in case someone do not know, now they know. Okay, so you already know about iRelearn, so I don't have to click on that to log in. You pretty much know how to do that. But where it will take you is into your Canvas portal, where you will do the bulk of your work. Now, everything that you see will be presented in student view, so it'll be real world view for you, because this is how it will look to you. A couple of things to point out. Remember, I need you to know that you'll be working with Canvas, your iRelearn. So when you hear me say Canvas, I'm saying iRelearn. When you hear me say iRelearn, that means Canvas. Then you also know that you'll be working inside of your Cisco Academy portal, which you already know about. This is your Cisco Academy portal. This is your course. Now, you will receive a link to this particular course once I put your name in. But I want to send you this video so you can be prepped and ready to receive that link. And then you also know that we'll be working in NDG NetLabs. Now, some of you working at NetLabs and some of you don't work, but you know in this course you'll be working with NetLabs. And there's also another particular application that you'll be working with, and that application is called Packet Tracer. So you'll be using this a lot in the class, Packet Tracer. So this is how Packet Tracer look. I know all of you already know this, but I just want to point it out. We'll come back to Packet Tracer. So we have multiple tools that we'll be using to work with. So let's start with the first one, which is Canvas, or iRelearn, as we like to term it for iRelearn. The most important thing in this portal here is that as a student, you need to click on your syllabi to know exactly what's in there that you will need. Now remember, the syllabi has all of the information, everything. And I always tell students, this is my rule with the syllabus. The syllabus precedes me. If something is not right, we always check the syllabus first. And if the syllabus says that's what should be done, it will precede me. Only time I can change the syllabus is when there's an error in the syllabus and I have to give you a week, 7 days when I make the change, so you can get used to it. The syllabus is the law of the land. The next thing you'll go into is discussions. Every week you will have a discussion question, and it's important that you do that discussion question because that takes up a lot of your points. So every week, look at your discussion questions. And also look at when they must be submitted. Some people think, oh, I got a whole week to do the discussion question. No, 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 no. You do not have a whole week. So make sure you pay attention to the discussion question. And the last thing to look in here for actually completing your work is assignments. I'm going to click on assignments. When you go into assignments, you see two types of ways to do the assignments. You got show by date and show by type. I like to keep mine show by date. That way I can always be up on what's going on. And you see a multitude of assignments. Now, right now, you're just seeing what we call the packet tracers and the labs. But you got a whole host of things in here. You're going to have discussion questions. You're going to have exams. You're going to have all type of stuff in here. So make sure you thoroughly walk through this and follow what's in here. But the syllabus will keep you on point too, because the syllabus has it all sketched out for you too. Now, grades, that's what you click on for you, so I don't have to click on grades, but that's for you. The next thing I would suggest, once you go through your syllabus, you understand your discussion question for that particular week, and then you do start your assignments, is go over to what we call Networking Academy, or NetAcad. Now, in NetAcad, looking at it from a student's view, this is critically important. Course introduction. You should read through this and you should make sure your system is ready to receive NetAcad. But one thing in particular that's important to me is student resources. In student resources, you will have to go in here and download Packet Tracer. And if you don't know how to do Packet Tracer, we have a free introduction to Packet Tracer. Just take about an hour to go through that, and it'll get you up on board with Packet Tracer. You will know exactly how to use it. I'm gonna show a little stuff, but in reality, you should go through this course here on Packet Tracer. Do not miss this if you don't know how to use Packet Tracer. But to download Packet Tracer, you will click on this link. And when you download Packet Tracer, as you can see here, it will pop up in here. I have the latest version, so make sure you get the latest version of Packet Tracer so you will be able to use it. As you can see, you can put routers on there. I can actually also come over here and put other devices, but I don't need to go through that because that introduction to Packet Tracer will show you everything that you need to know. But what's important is this. I am going to close this and I'm not going to save it because I got a document already saved. So once I create my Packet Tracer, I want to save that particular document. And if I open this document up, what you will actually see is a little sample Packet Tracer that I put together. Now, when you save it, I want you to come to File, and you can click Save As, or you can click Save As PKZ. Either one of them works for me. But remember, once you save that Packet Tracer, you want to put your last name at the end of it. That will show me that you've been working with it. Because sometimes students send me a Packet Tracer and it do not have their last name on it, and the student think they completed it, and they didn't. They just sent me the Packet Tracer that they had to do for the assignment, but they didn't do anything in it. So put your name on it to let you know that you actually did the work. Okay, I'm gonna close this. Now, once I close it, I'm gonna go back to our tools. Once I close it, you can see here that inside of Canvas, you have to upload that file, the packet tracer, not documents, the packet tracer. Now let me show you what I did. I put a little sample packet tracer in here to work with. Once you click on this here, you will see that you can submit the packet tracer. As you can see, I already submitted it, but I can do a new attempt. I can upload the file. I can choose the file from where it is located. I can click on the file and I can open it. Now this gives me the packet tracer. I should see your last name .pkt or .pkz, either one. But it shows me that you completed that assignment. And then you click submit. Now what would happen is the assignment will come over here. Now I got packet tracer 1. So I got 2 packet tracers in here, but it's showing me the packet tracer 1. Okay, so now you know how to upload your packet tracers. Once you complete them, you upload it, and then I can review what you did. Okay, so that's packet tracers. But now, Professor, what do I do with labs? Well, you come back to your assignment, and it shows you that you have labs in here, and there go one of the labs. Now, you have to upload something from the labs. Let's go see what that is. So, when I come over here to the Cisco CCNAv7, as I proceed through reading through the course, and how do I read my material in the course? I'm simply going to click on the first link, and I'm going to look in Module 1 to 4 Course Content, and that is going to give me all my course information. I know, students, you already know this. Trust me, I know. But as I go through the information, I got videos in here. I see my assignments. But I already showed you the packet tracer. So I want to go to, and yes, this is where you come get your packet tracers. If you have any doubt, your labs and your packet tracers are in the course books. In here is where you come get this information. It is nowhere else. So if you email me, Professor, I don't have my labs and packet tracer, I'm going to ask you this question. Did you read the chapter? And that's going to let me know that you didn't read the chapter. So here's your labs and packet tracers. So that's a packet tracer. Let's go get us a lab. I'm reading through the material. Bam, there is a lab. There go my first lab. Now, where do I go do the labs? I'm not at a campus. I'm not going into the lab room. So what do? Well, that's why we have net labs. Our first day we meet, I am going to introduce you to this. I know you already know, but we're going to do a lab in here so I can make sure you know how to do the labs. So let me first show you how you set up a lab. You first click on New Lab Resources. Then you click on, in here, Student. Okay, I'm pretending like I'm a student. And then I go to my course, which is Spring 2022, Networking 2. I click on there, and it says nothing is in here, no student roster. Because on our first day, this is when I'm going to set you up. So I'm going to use the professor. I just wanted to show you that's what you needed to do. Now as a professor, I just simply go here, and then I do the same thing here. I choose the course, and there go my lab there. Now at this point, all you have to do as a student, when your lab come up, is just click on the first one. And what I like to do is this. I like to do my labs as soon as I come in here. So I will go right here up under that red line, barely touching it, and click. And that will give me the time to go do it. Now when I get here, I want to set the time for more time. Now, I've only allowed you to have 3 hours in here. It really don't take no more than probably 2 hours to do a lab, depending on what the lab is. But I set for 3 hours in here. So if I choose that, so as you can see, I can set the time in here. And if you take a look in here, I can set the time to what I want it to be. So I'm choosing the 2 hours here. Now, once I choose the time, I just go ahead and submit. And I click OK. Okay, so as you can see, the lab is ready to go here. Okay, so now since I wanted to start it right then and there, I can go ahead and click on Enter Lab. And here's the lab here. Now, students, this is when I want you to chill out, relax, because even though it looks like the lab is up and going and ready to go, if you click here, you'll see that the devices are initializing. So that means you can't really do the work on the lab. So I tell students, take a moment, get you a cup of coffee, something to drink, and then come look at the content. Now, this content is important. While the lab is initiating, this gives me a chance to get this content. So what I'll do with this particular content is I'll download it to my desktop. So I want to put this on my desktop, right? So I'll go ahead and save it. Now that I downloaded it on my desktop, and you can see it down here, I'm going to click that X because I don't need it. I'm going to come and shrink this down and move this lab over here so you can see it. And you can see that it's a PDF. And if I open it up, it opens in a PDF. But guess what? I cannot fill out the information in this lab because it's in a PDF. So what I tell students to do is simply open up your Word doc. And once you open up Microsoft Word, you can simply take that lab that you want right here. Let me show you how to do this. And you can drop that lab right here on this black screen. And now that lab will open up in a Word doc. Enable it. And now you have the lab where you can type in information. As you can see, I just typed in some information. So let me show you right here. I'm going to put my name. I can answer all of these questions. I need these questions answered because as you are doing the lab, you can answer those questions. And so when I go check your lab, I can use these questions to make sure that the information is in there. Like what is the particular router, etc., etc., etc. Okay, and I'm going to demonstrate a lab and I'm going to send that video out for bonus points. And we're going to do it in our actual class. So, we're going to do some labs in the class. So anyway, now you're going to save the lab, of course. Once you complete it, you're going to save it, put it on your desktop, and give it and put your name at the end, of course, because you want to show the professor that you have did the work. And you're going to save that lab. Close it, put all the information in it. And now you see the lab right here. There go my name. So when I come back to my course, okay, and we're going to come back to this. I just want to show you how to upload your document. You're going to upload that lab in here. Just like you uploaded it, the packet tracer, the entire packet tracer. All you have to do now is just upload that lab document in here. So I get the chance to view it. Now, what I would do when I'm over here in Packet Tracer, check out what I'll do. I'll check my status. Everything is working. I can actually come back to the topology and start doing the work in the lab. Now, when we get into class on the back end, I'm going to show you how I grade it and how I go through it by looking at your answers and your questions. But as you can see, the lab is ready to go. I can come to PCA. Everything is ready to go. Now, don't worry. In the classroom, we're going to work through this. I just want you to be prepped and understand how to submit your documents to me so I can review your information. So that's pretty much it when it comes to this session. And I know most of you already know this. Just probably, You probably didn't have to review the video, but a good suggestion is to go through this video, because at the end of the video, it's going to be questions that you will have to answer in your discussion question. So just make sure that you go through the video. Once again, this is Professor Sistrunk, and trust me, this is going to be a real simple, a real good class to go through. You're not going to have a problem. I'm going to tell you this. I'll never tell you that it will be easy, but I will tell you that you will learn so much about routers, switches, and Cisco world that you really enjoy it. And if this is your career choice, you are ready to go once you complete this class. Okay, Professor Sistrunk signing off.